Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today's video, I just want to do kind of a post-con video. I went to Indy Popcon yesterday and I met a handful of people that, I had the chance to talk to and I was really excited to meet. More so, I got to meet a couple of our Walking Dead stars. As you know, a majority of my videos are Walking Dead, and I did get the chance to talk to Chandler Riggs, Carl Grimes himself, which was just awesome to me. He's the nicest guy in the world. And he respects his fans. He understands where they're coming from with our frustrations and whatnot, because I did talk to him a little bit about The Ones Who Live. He did say he has not watched it all the way through. He's only seen the first episode, as he was a part of the premiere that they did in Hollywood and everything. But I talked to him for a second, just the couple of minutes I got with him anyways, because he did have a lot of fans that wanted to meet him. I did not want to take up a lot of his time because I was trying to be respectful of everybody else and not hold up the line and whatnot. But I talked to him about The Ones Who Live and his many call-outs or callbacks in the show, referring back to Carl Grimes and what I believed would have been a good opportunity for him to be in the show. But he did go on to say that he knows about the callbacks, even though he's not watched the entire series so far, and he would have loved to have come back, but he simply did not get the call, which was a bad call on, once again, I believe is probably Scott Gimple's fault, because we all know that he was behind the decision to get rid of him in the first place, because there was this whole drama built around he was getting ready to turn 18, he was looking into buying a home down in Georgia when they were still filming the flagship series, and he was getting ready to grow into more of a leadership role in the show by turning into a legal adult. And it really all came down to what I believe anyways, and this is what was going on about that, was he was getting ready to turn 18. They did not want to renegotiate his contract to pay him what he was worth for being in kind of a more leadership role, kind of a higher place on the call sheet to be in the show. So they decided to just get rid of him. And they shifted around stories that should have been his story, gave it to Henry, and a lot of people, myself included, I did not enjoy that. I did not care for the Henry character, and I did not shed any tears when he wound up dead. But it was just great to meet him, get a chance to talk to him about the show, and I also talked to him very briefly about his Spider-Man fan film that he did for YouTube, and just thought how awesome it was to get that take on Spider-Man in the Beast form, more or less. And just to see that brought to screen and everything, it was just a different take to Spider-Man that we'd never seen before. But it was just really great to meet him. And along with that too, I did get to meet the actress who portrayed the part of Enid, and I also talked to her about her time on the show and what she experienced, and as far as her character getting kind of an untimely death, and some of the story again being switched around, because I told her that I would have really liked to have seen more story play out between her and Chandler. And she went on to say, it basically comes down to is AMC did not want to pay what their actors were worth. They were not willing to meet them in the middle or just even negotiate at all. And it's really unfortunate that we lose characters because of logistics like this. I know it's very common in the world of acting and movie production and whatnot, but it's kind of a slap in the face to fans who grow attached to these characters, whether you liked Enid or not. I did enjoy her. She had her moments, but you just gotta go along with whatever you're written. And they had her and Chandler kind of sort of developing a romantic relationship, or at least a deep friendship, and then it was just all snuffed out when Chandler was written out of the show, and she just... she had nothing but good things to say about being on the show, her time on the show. She was a fan of the show before she got signed on, and she had really kind of binged those previous seasons before she signed on. But it was just really, really fun and kind of surreal to meet these people and just talk to them. And they're some of the nicest people in the world. She was very sweet, and all around, she was, she would sit there and talk to you about pretty much anything regarding the show. And I told her that I had been down there previously to visit the area, because I was wearing my Nick and Norman shirt from the restaurant down there, so she did kind of notice that, and we talked about that for a minute, and just little bits here and there. It was just very nice to sit there and talk with these people and talk about, I mentioned when we were talking about the bad parts of show business, as far as, her and Chandler being killed off the show. People are still mad about that. They're mad about Chandler getting cheated out of what would have been his show, more or less. He was supposed to live through the very end. If you're familiar with the comics, Carl lives till the very end. And, I'm sorry if I spoil that for you, but there's still a lot of things that happen in between there with certain other characters. But just the fact that they were taken out of the show when it should have become his show, and I think Enid could have played a bigger part than she did. But it was just very surreal to meet these people and talk to them about these shows, and I was just super excited to be there and talk to them. And the fact that they're willing to sit there and have these conversations with you is always just amazing, because there's always sometimes at least going to be bad experiences when you meet some of your favorite celebrities or whatever, and they leave a bad taste in your mouth. They're not friendly. They want to do their thing. They want to get you out of their way so they can keep the money coming in for whatever they're there for. But they sat there and talked to you, which I thought was pretty cool. And another big thing with being at PopCon, we had a bulk of the Arrow cast there, and I got to sit there and talk to them too. I got there early enough, thankfully, that I was basically able to go from table to table and just talk to these people and not really have to wait in line, and you didn't feel rushed or anything like that. So that was pretty cool too. And, it was just a good experience in all. I mean, to go there, it's always fun to meet these people and just really talk shit with them and get down to things that you didn't enjoy. Like, for instance, I talked to Colton Haynes, who played Arsenal/Roy on Arrow, as well as Jackson on Teen Wolf. And we got to talking about the movie, and I got to talking about how I just felt like his character was always underused, even in the show. And he asked me, you can be honest, what did you think of the movie? I said, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I would have hoped. It just felt rushed and this and that. And he said it was not a good experience filming it. He enjoyed being there with everybody, and he enjoyed playing that part again and everything, but just, I guess, the all-around experience of filming that movie was not fun. That type of thing is always unfortunate to hear, but it was still fun nonetheless, just to sit there and talk to these people. It's always kind of nerve-wracking in a sense to go to these things, talk to these people, because you might idolize them or whatever, but they're just really down to earth. I talked to him. I talked to Juliana, who played the second generation Black Canary. I talked to Emily Bett Records, who played Felicity. David Ramsey was there, who played the part of John Diggle. All very super nice people, and it was just, so much fun to sit down and talk to these people. I mean, even David Ramsey said, after I talked to him and I got an autograph and all that, he said, if you want to come by and just talk, that's cool. You don't have to come over here and buy something. We can just hang out and talk. And I was like, that is, I thought that was just so cool that these people would sit there and talk with you and just bullshit you and give you this experience that you're going to remember, because I think that's one thing that a lot of these people that do these cons realize is, other than, yes, it's a quick way to make some good money, is they're going to meet random fans, and it's just going to make their whole fucking day. And I just thought that was awesome. But anyways, that's just a quick little post PopCon video I wanted to do, kind of breaking down my experience and meeting these people, having these conversations, and just kind of getting some of the true feelings on a few different things. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, of course, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Help me make my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you next time, guys. Take care.